We are the WeSource Resource Group. I'm Sheilah, and my two business partners are Robert and Longo. We have been hired to prepare a staffing plan on behalf of a small local printing company named Allied Printing. Allied Printing has been in business for over 40 years and is located in the Midtown Sacramento area. They provide printing and mailing services to private companies, along with some government agencies and local unions. Allied Printing currently has 4 full-time staff members. The owner and the previous owner, who is now retired, both work there as well. Allied Printing was once a leading printer in the Northern California area. However, due to a decline in the industry because of the internet and digital capabilities, Allied has felt a dramatic decrease in business. While Allied has been staying afloat, they have a great opportunity to regrow their business. Many competitors are closing their doors, and meanwhile, Allied has changed ownership and has recently increased its digital capabilities. The really good money in printing comes from the work printed on the offset presses. Offset printing is the process of laying ink onto sheets of paper, whereas digital printing is toner-based and similar to what you would see on your desk printer or Xerox machine at work. Allied has a couple of challenges. Number 1, they do not have a dedicated sales broker to sell printing work and secure new accounts. And 2, they only have one set of presses and binding equipment. We believe that with the addition of a sales broker, Allied will be able to secure more accounts who have recurring printing needs such as monthly newsletters, office stationery, or promotional mailers. With the increase in jobs coming in, Allied will need to bring in at a minimum one additional press operator and also another bindery clerk for finishing and packaging of completed print jobs. The person that Allied Printing will need to broker their sales is going to have to be somebody familiar with the printing business. This may present a challenge as the print world is a small world. It will be tough to lure somebody away from a current printer, but it is doable. The commission rate and company atmosphere will be the reasons for them to consider selling exclusively for Allied Printing. They will have to provide references which can verify a successful track record and attest to their integrity and reputation with customers and employers. An additional press operator will then need to be hired to accommodate the increased demand. The person that Allied is looking for will need to have extensive printing experience and preferably have knowledge and experience on all the presses that Allied Printing runs. This is not a position where on-the-job training is an option. The pressman should also pay great attention to detail as to reduce waste and produce quality work. Allied Printing has maintained longevity by its reputation for quality printing work. Subsequently, we will need another bindery clerk. The bindery clerk is responsible for folding jobs for mailing, operating the stitching machine for magazines, cutting parent-sized paper stock down to print size for the press operators, and the final packaging of all print jobs including palletizing, shrink wrapping, and boxing for shipment. The ideal candidate for this position has to be experienced and ready to work. They have to be careful and conscientious as they are the last line of quality control for Allied Printing. Both of these last positions require people who practice safety at all times. Allied will receive resumes from applicants for each position and peruse them to rule out against a set of deal breakers such as poor references, lack of experience or training, or high turnover in previous positions. Subsequent telephone interviews will be given to the candidates meeting the initial screening criteria, and then ultimately a face-to-face interview will be granted to the top 3 choices for each position. This is where the manager can get to know the person versus their work history. The manager can determine goals and motivations for each individual by using open questions regarding work ethics and personal views on their own successes and failures. Allied will test both the press operators and bindery clerks on each piece of their respective equipment for knowledge and quality of output while monitoring their safety practices. References will then be verified by phone or email. The positions that Allied Printing will be hiring for will not require any background checks. The new ownership at Allied is young and energetic, and they are looking for enthusiastic people to fill these positions and also who want to grow with the company rather than use it as a stepping stone to something bigger. And we believe that by following our suggested staffing plan, that Allied can grow its business quickly and successfully with a great group of employees who are productive and loyal. Thank you for your time, and let us know if you have any questions.